All right, here we are live on Facebook for the spiritual events Awaken Your Inner Power weekly show. I'm Donna Ferguson, your host and producer of the show, and I'm just going to pull up all the people that have joined me today so we don't miss that. Hello, hi everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Whoops, I better turn that sound down. And I just want to start off this morning or today, by welcoming you all and inviting you to the conversation today and open up with any comments that you have around what your fears are around pushing through your limitations. So, we're going to do some questions later on today, and I certainly want to be able to give you some crystal guidance around that. I'm really excited and I'm really very grateful to have you all here today and, joining me on this show, which has been a wonderful journey over the past 7 weeks, 6 weeks for me so far. And I'm really excited about where we're going to go together and how we're going to travel through this journey together. So, thanks so much again for joining me today. And, for me to be able to share what I know and provide you with some guidance along the way is really just what I love to do. So let's say hi. Hi, Jessica, welcome. And Jade, welcome. Darls, thank you for joining me. Lisa, hello. Sharon Lee, hello. From the cold and wet. Oh, Bay of Plenty. Wow. Yes, I've been there. I've been there many times. So yes, it can be very cold and wet over there. That's for sure. Samantha, hi, welcome, welcome. And I know the butterflies. I love them too. They're absolutely adorable. I couldn't resist when I saw them up there, and I thought this is just what I need to go in my background for this show. And blessings, Peter, to you too. Thank you so much for joining me. So, moving into what your fears are around your pushing your limits. And, that's mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And, last week we did a bit of a process through that. And, any of you that were here last week, I'd love to know whether or not you've had any changes in your life since we did that process. So, I'd invite you to comment on anything that you've noticed in the past week. And, when we look at what's stopping you from reaching your goals and dreams and desires, really it's about you limiting yourself through a belief in some way, shape, or form that you've come into contact with through the influences in your life and probably in the very early stages of your life, through conditioning years or generational lineage cords can be part of that you bring into this life with you. Current influences that really do help you to discover different areas, but maybe not the way that you want to, your mindset and your beliefs. So this is what we're talking about today. Bad weather in the UK, Samantha. Welcome all the way from the UK. Thanks for joining me. Yes, I'm not sure that the UK has too many really great months of weather from what we see on the news, and I guess it's only news, so I'm not sure. I know I've got friends from the UK and they certainly much prefer to live here in Queensland, in Brisbane, than they do from the UK. So, hi Gabby, welcome. Samantha, really badly broken heart. Yes, look, I think that, that's a very sad experience to go through. However, I do believe that it opens us up once you've taken the time to heal, to really well and truly move through it with more openness and more ability to love yourself and really do some work around that heart chakra area and also your base chakra, because that's your femininity. And really, looking at that relationship to see what happened and what went wrong, and how you can make that better in future relationships, because it is all about having the ability to be able to work with yourself and loving yourself and being happy with yourself before you move into relationships in the future. And I think if we don't experience a broken heart, then we don't truly know how and what love truly is, and how beautiful it can be. So, your soulmate will come along when you're ready and open for that opportunity. So it does take time, and I do understand that process. I think, I've been there, and I'm sure that most people on the show have definitely been there as well. So it can take some time and really work and do a lot of self work around that, just to bring that forward and work through that as well as you can, and as efficiently as you can, in order to move forward for yourself in the future and in future relationships. Jessica, you also got a broken heart. Well, I would apply the same information that I've just given to Gabby on that. It's really important that you do work with yourself and allow yourself to open up to opportunities in the future around the love and relationship sort of areas in your life. But until you actually feel totally in love unconditionally with yourself, until you really come back to that base chakra where your femininity comes through, until you can truly understand what happened in that relationship and how that relationship can bring you some really important gifts, I suppose, through understanding what did go wrong and what you're looking for in the future. That person may not have been that person that was right for you, clearly, in the situation that you're in now. And it can take, anywhere up to 2 years before you really do get comfortable with reaching out to having a really meaningful relationship down the track. But in that 2 years, really do that self work and the mirror work. And you look at that person in the mirror, you've got to convince them that you truly do love that person looking back at you unconditionally, and move forward through there. I would also highly recommend that you write a list of exactly what qualities you're looking for in a relationship next time. Hair color, eye color, the feelings that they make you feel, what they can do for you. Really put all 4 areas of your life into that to be able to move through that and really bring that right person into your life when you're ready. And also build on a friendship first. It's really important. So I hope that has helped. It is challenging to move through that, and it is all about language as well. So your language is really important, how you speak about that. So maybe not struggling, while that's a word that most people would use. Look at, you're looking at working through those daily challenges to move forward. And that's a much more gentle word than struggle is. So, I know relationships breakups can be really traumatic, and it's important to do that work. So that is really, really important. Nice words, Peter. Thank you. What about the man who is with me and now does he love me? Well, Samantha, I guess a question to ask yourself there is, if that person's not with you, then he's not the person for you. And to hold on to whatever those feelings are that he makes you feel, well, clearly he's not making you feel anything nice at the moment. So it's really important to work out, you know, he may well have some qualities that you like in a person and that you want to have in a person in the future, but all his qualities are not the right qualities, because the position that you're in now is not a good position, and you know, it's not a good emotional state to be in. So you know, if you can imagine reaching the next level in your life in a relationship, and do the visualizations that really do help you to understand what you are looking for, do meditations around that, educate yourself through self healing, self love. Doing that heart chakra work and the base chakra work is really, really important. And, you know, to move through each day with a little more energy each day, through meditation and through those guidances and you know questions that you ask prior to a meditation can really help you to move forward through that as well. And inspire yourself. You know, look at each day and say, well, you know, what was great about today? There's always something that's really great about a day. And it's really important that you look at what you can take away from each day, what you did well. It might just be that you got up and you got through, you know, the first 2 hours without being really emotionally um, challenged, and you know, or you didn't think about that person every 5 minutes of that first couple of hours, that you had other things occupying your mind, and that all helps to release. So you know, those are great things to take away from each day, and work on your weaknesses as well, because it's really important to understand what, you know, relationships don't work for two reasons, and that's each person. So you know, what are your weaknesses as well, and how can you improve on that? You know, where are you letting yourself down, um, you know, in that area of your life? Maybe it's that, you know, you settled for second best anyway. It wasn't truly the person that you wanted. And when you write this list, that list is not negotiable, because that's what who you truly want. And that person will come into your life. That will be your soulmate forever. So I hope that helps, Samantha and Gabby, and, you know, go through that as well. So good morning, Cynthia. Welcome to the show. Vicky, unconditional love. Yeah, great reminder. It absolutely is. And I think we have to work on that every single day, Vicky. You know, that I work on myself every single day. There's areas of my life that fluctuate, and it depends on where I'm at. And, you know, it's really important to be able to move through that and really adapt to what's going on in your life and how you can make things better each and every day. What was great about the day, even if there was nothing great, something great has come from all the things that weren't great. You know, how can you learn from that? How can you make that better tomorrow? It's all about the quality of your communication. Asking yourself why is not an empowering question. And therefore, to be asking why all the time, you're disempowering yourself and you're taking your energy away from the real purpose of you moving forward. So that's one thing I would like to say. And you know, that unconditional love and self-love is so important to keep moving through as you develop more and more in your life. So um, challenging it, yes, I agree. You know, that's what I say. It's, you always look for the word that's going to be less harsh and more gentle. You know, people who suffer from anxiety, if they said they're feeling a little bit fluttery today instead of feeling really anxious, like, it's just automatically that the tone changes, and so you can work through that in a much better way. um, Thank you, Samantha. The man who broke my heart. I don't understand why he left. Why, as I said, why he left is not empowering to you. What is important is understanding how you can actually work through that now to understand what went wrong in the relationship on both sides. It's your weakness as well as their weakness. And really look at what your grand dream goal will be for your next relationship. Write that list. You know, somebody who you know, maybe earns this much money and is perhaps owns his own home, and you know, looks at wanting a family and how many children, And, every time I see him, even 10 years down the track, when I see him, I just feel this emotional love just expand. And, while I've got my own self love, that the expansion of myself through him just creates so much more in my life. And I'm already happy. I don't need him to make me happy. And all these things are really important to look at in a relationship. Um, on emotionally unavailable family. Hi, Monica, welcome. I want to overcome depending on emotionally unavailable family for financial assistance while I study. I fear stepping out alone because I'm afraid I won't have support if my health deteriorates. So you maybe, Monica, already have a health issue. Is that what you're saying? I do my best every day during my period of convalescing. Those staying connected with family is a ball and chain. Look, totally, I would have to agree with you. Relying on family to support you is really challenging. And, it's not the ideal outcome, but sometimes it's what you need to do in the interim period. So how much longer have you got left of study, and what's your illness that is holding you back from going out on your own? I'm working on independence by consolidating. I love that, Monica. Well done. That is excellent. And language is everything. Totally, language is everything. People got involved. No, I don't know. No, I don't have no friends now, and family. You know what, Samantha, I would encourage you to start working on yourself and putting yourself into, and find a network of people that you can not necessarily talk to about the relationship, but just get you into a better headspace so that you feel more comfortable with yourself. It's a good opportunity to meet new people who will embrace who you are for the person you are. And, through those connections, you actually can become very good friends with some people. So it's a new way to make friends. And I'm not talking about these singles network groups. I'm talking about just being a person who wants to go and network with people, depending on what you do as well, Samantha, if you're working or not working, and how you can go about doing that. So they might even be people that that can encourage you through your work. Sometimes you just got to ask the question as well. So Joanne, hi, welcome. Family financial. Not sure. Would you be able to clarify that for me? If I can certainly, we can ask a question around about now and start looking at, but it's got to be a specific question that you want to know, so that we can give a yes or no through the crystal. It's really important to move through that with a yes or no answer. Crystal can only go two ways, so it is yes or it is no. More than happy to answer those questions for you. I've been working through some symptoms. I'm a raw vegan with no label of illness. Right side face pain for 2 months of unknown origin, but subsides with self-care. Well, that is great, and there's a message in that in itself, Monica, as well. That if you don't look after yourself, and we all suffer when we don't look after ourselves well enough. This could affect my ability for extended mental focus. I have 2 to 4 years left of study part or full time, which is quite a bit, yeah. So what about and financially this might not work for you, but what about passive streams of income where you might be able to earn a monthly income without really having to go out and work and put more pressure on yourself? There's some areas there that you might want to look at. I always think that it's important to have passive streams of income for this particular reason. and you know, it's something that needs to be generated from yourself, and you've got to feel comfortable with that. I can certainly, you know, I know I have a number of different streams of income, and you know, if there's anything that I can point you in the direction of, I would be happy to do that at some point as well over the next couple of weeks. I'm looking at a new opportunity, so that might be something that works for you as well. So let me know if that's something you want to look at. You're welcome, Monica. I've had depression and etc. I can't stop self-harm myself. Samantha, if that's the case, then I would really recommend that you seek some professional help, because I'm not in a position to be able to provide that assistance. But there's certainly, you know, areas of support that you can reach out to, and I would highly recommend that. That is not something that you want to continue to do, and it's really important that you do look at getting well. And you know, that's not something I can offer you, unfortunately, because it's not my area of expertise. So I'm really sorry to hear that you're in that position, and as I said, it's really important to really work on being able to work with a professional in that area where the expertise is there to be able to adapt and help you on a better one-on-one situation. So, you know, please seek some help and see if you can't move through that. And I really do hope that it works for you. Hi, Amanda. Why do I keep meeting great men who are in a relationship? What is the energy that you're putting out there, Amanda? That's what I would say. You haven't quite got your list down pat. I don't know if you heard us earlier talking about writing a list of the person that you want, the qualities that you want in a man, and be really specific. You know, you want them to be emotionally stable. You want them to be single. You want them to be available. You want them to be ready for a long, you know, a serious relationship. You want them to be ready for a really strong friendship, so we can move into a relationship down the track. All these things are really specific things that you need to write on that list, and what those qualities are. You know, this is where we go for lunch every month or every fortnight or every week, and you know, every time that, you know, he comes into my life, you know, at the end of each day, at the end of work, you know, this is the environment that we've provided and produced for our relationship. And you know, you see yourselves living in this particular property and what that looks like, and you know, that's really important to work through all that. So really do have a look at that list and be very specific about what you want. Hair color, eye color, age, body type, you know, what their health habits are, all of those things really specific to align with you. Okay. And that will align your energy and bring that person. And remember that you have to start being that person to attract that person. You have to start being that person to attract what it is that you're looking for. So, Samantha, does Adam still love me? Look, you know, that's something that, regardless of whether he loves you or not, you're in a position where you're not together at this point in time. The reason you're not together is because there was a problem. You need to understand what that problem is and how that was contributed to, not only by yourself but by him as well. That's what you need to look at, and that's what you need to work through. Whether he loves you or not is not a relevant question at this point in time. You have to understand what went wrong in the relationship, And it's really important to do that through your own self-nurturing and self-care and meditation and, you know, your healing. And then it'll be clear as to why that relationship didn't work. And as you heal, you may feel that that's not the person for you anyway. So as I said, regardless of whether he loves you or not, it's not about that. What it's about is understanding what broke down in that relationship and what needs to be repaired in order to have that back. If you're still pining for this person and you're still wanting that person in your life, then you look at what it was that drove him away, or that rejected him in a way that he had to move out of that relationship. And it's so many different things that can cause that. So really look at that deeply and see if you can't, you know, understand that better before you can actually start thinking about that person coming back in your life. Write down your ideal person as well, because you know you need to understand what your ideal soulmate person looks like in all areas of their life, and whether or not that's something that is going to work for you down the track, or if there's a new person to come in. You want to know about financial, Joanne? Can you be okay? Tell me more about this financial situation. Why are you worried about money? What is it that you specifically want to know? To get a specific answer, you know, I can't just ask Joanne, does Joanne want to know about financial? And it's not going to give me the answer. It's only a yes or no answer. So you need to be very clear with your question. And this comes down to communication, and generally, the quality of your communication really does provide you and follow through in the quality of all your relationships and your doing and being who you are. I have too much on in my life. Yeah. Again, that's something that you need to look at and break down and see what needs to be in your life and what needs to leave your life. There's a lot of work there to be done, Samantha, I think, and I think it's really, you know, that will all start when you seek out professional help. Hi, Kira, how are you? Thank you for joining us today. Diane, your house is on the market. Will it sell in the next couple of months? Okay, so do you have a specific date in mind for that, Diane, that maybe we can look at? That would be great. You're very welcome, Samantha. I hope it's helped. Guidance around your children. Kira, I need specifics. Again, if you can ask a specific question on your children, maybe one at a time. Is there something going on with them that you really want to know more specifically about? Hi, Amanda. You're very welcome. Ask the pendulum. What would you like me to ask the pendulum, Samantha? Kira, good. Yeah. Specific question, Kira, I'm happy to answer that for you. That's fine. So, hi, Tazzy. Will Mr. G and I get together eventually, please? All right, that's a very specific question. Let's go with that. So, Tazzy wants to know, will Mr. G and I get together eventually? Will Tazzy and Mr. G become a relationship? And that's saying yes. Now, are you talking coming together as friends, or are you talking coming together in a romantic relationship? Because there is a difference. And again, the specific questions are really important. So, Diane, hi Diane, we're looking to be in Queensland in October. Okay, so this is, okay, let's ask that question. Will Diane be moving into Queensland by October 2019? That's more a no, Diane. That's like a backwards and forwards no. rather than a circular movement. So maybe there's another place that you need to be. I'm not sure. Vicky, hi Vicky, welcome from hospital. Oh dear. Continuing a lot of swelling. I've been to many doctors, but they want to use immune suppressing drugs. Looking for guidance, please. If you can ask a specific question around that. You know, sometimes what I will say is sometimes those immune suppressing drugs are a stepping stone to get some of the healing process done. I totally do not take any form of medication. I do not like it. I don't believe it does our bodies and our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual being any good. I do know that there is a place for them at times when things are not good. Now, if you're in hospital with these abscesses, sometimes it's the starting of the healing process that's required to start mending so that you can move into more natural products. I totally agree with you. I do not like medicated prescribed drugs. It's not a track that I go down. In fact, I don't even really go to a doctor. I go to alternate therapists for any of my healing work. And so I really do understand, but I do also know that there are times when very specifically your body needs that assistance to start working through some stuff. So, you know, if that's something that I think you should look at, then, you know, I believe that that might be something to take as a temporary measure to start the healing process to a point where you can actually start using natural products. Will my son and his girlfriend stay together? Absolutely. Let's have a look at that, Amanda. So Amanda wants to know if her son and his girlfriend will stay together. And this is like looking like a pretty good yes, Amanda. Wow, that's quite a strong pull on that as well. So that's looking very good. Kira, I will get caught up in my ex-partner's current situation. Oh, will you get caught up? Let's have a look. Can I just say before I do the crystal that you only get caught up in what you want to be involved in. So while you're allowing that to occur, whether it's coming from him or whether it's coming from you, you're allowing certain things into your life. And again, be specific about what you want to occur in your life. But let's ask the question anyway. Kira would like to know, will she get caught up in her ex-partner's current situation? Will Kira get caught up in her ex-partner's situation? That's looking like a no, Kira. And again, make sure that you're putting it out there of what you want to receive into your life and, you know, what you allow into your life, because you only receive what you allow. So if you're reflecting something out there that is not quite what you're mentally telling yourself you want, but the energy is not aligned with that, you are going to receive exactly that. So your energy is all about what you're receiving. So it's good that you seem to have moved through that. So Tazzy, either way, it's either way, romantically or friendship. Well, are you already friends? Because you seem to know this person. So are you only after a friendship? Are you after a relationship? You know, romantic involvement. Nicole, will we stay in our current house? Let's ask that question, Nicole. Okay, whoops, just get that untangled. Will Nicole stay in her current home? Will Nicole stay in her current home? Will Nicole stay in her current home. Oh, seems to be a no, Nicole. It was a little bit confused at the start of the movement in that, and maybe there's some confusion about whether you want to move or not. So it is saying no, you are not going to. Will Nicole stay in her current home? No was the answer. So it seems like maybe that you're holding back on embracing the move. So have a look at that. Romantically. All right, Tazzy. So Mr. G, wasn't it? So Tazzy would like to know, will Tazzy and Mr. G be romantically involved? No, that's a no, Tazzy. That is definitely a no. So I do, maybe there's only a friendship there. Did we ask this question last week? Was this something that, were you on here last week and we asked that question? Seems familiar somehow. Vicky, I've tried drugs and leading for natural. 8 years with swollen ankle. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, look, it's definitely worth going and seeking out. I'm not sure where you're based, Vicky, but there are a lot of alternate therapists around that can look at those things now. Bearing in mind which type, because all therapists, whether it's a kinesiologist or a hypnotherapist or with a kinesiologist, there's so many different modalities. So what method are they going to use on you? And I go to a kinesiologist myself who uses applied kinesiology, and it really works with the mechanics of your body. And so therefore there's something that's lacking in my system to provide me with a vitamin to replace that, and it is all natural products. And I've been going there for 25 years almost. So I haven't really been to a doctor, traditional doctor, for that amount of time. And so I do find that there's sometimes some things that come up that, they look at, and they look at healing from the inside out and through emotional events that have occurred in your life as well can create this also. So there could be something emotional that you're holding on to, and a kinesiologist will be able to assist you with that. If you're in Brisbane, let me know, because I can certainly put you onto somebody who will be able to look at that for you. So there's a great practice here in Brisbane that really do look after you. They've got different kinesiologists who have all worked through different areas of their life, so they're specific in certain areas, and I think that you'll find that really helpful as well. So hopefully that helps. Oh, Joanne, are we going to have enough money for retirement? Again, it's really up to you and what actions you're putting in place now to be able to move forward to your retirement. But let's have a look at that. So Joanne would like to know if they're going to have enough money for retirement. And again, what's enough money? Oh, will Joanne have enough money for retirement? That's coming up with a no, Joanne. So what do you believe is enough money? Enough is not specific. So what is it that you want enough money for? What's enough? Is it to continue the current lifestyle? Is it to increase your lifestyle? Do you have passive forms of income coming in where you can just allow a flow of money to come through regularly? Are you talking about being on the pension? Are you self-funded retirees? You know, what is it that you're looking at? And are you looking at other opportunities that can help fund that retirement for you? You're welcome, Kira. Wondering why my body is holding on to so much fluid. Vicky, this again is possibly your emotions that are creating this, or it could be your diet. What sort of diet are you on? You know, what are you putting into your system that is causing that fluid to be held onto? You know, there's so many different reasons for that. Again, Vicky, if you know, if you, I'm not sure if you're in Brisbane, but if you were, then you know, that might be something that the kinesiologist that I go to can assist you as well, to help you sort of help the mechanics of your body actually work fluently. Wondering why, sorry, I was wondering if it is past trauma of a work-related operation on that leg 20 years ago. Look, it could be trauma that's related to that you haven't been able to let go of. Could be many different reasons for that. And again, you know, do some work on that. Do some self-love. You know, what's the trauma? Where did that trauma come from? What, you know, there's cause and effect in everything that we do. And, you know, the things that you are holding on to are perhaps the things that are causing the fluid to be retained, and the effect of that is whatever that effect it has on you, and it's probably discomfort along with a few other things. So cause and effect are really major. And, you know, was there some sort of effect of that trauma? What was the cause of it? You know, what was your role in that trauma that took place? And how can you release that, and how can you let go of that so that it no longer holds on to what you're looking for? And again, you know, if there's something that you want some assistance on there, then I certainly have a service that I can do some release work to help you let go of that. So that's something I'd be happy to book an appointment with. I think with the appointments, you do need to book through Sarah, through the spiritual events page. If you were wanting to book something through me personally, you can see Donna from Unique Vibrations. More than happy to help you out with that. You know, with a session there to help you move through that. So if you want to be more personal about, you know, the trauma that was caused, that's fine. That's okay. You're welcome, Tazzy. No, first time here. Okay, that was a very familiar question. Somebody else had, and they had a Mr. Maybe it wasn't G, but that's okay. Coming to Brisbane in September. Perfect. Perfect. Be a lot warmer than Tassie is, Vicky, I can assure you. So, will my friend be okay through her breast cancer diagnosis? She got her results recently. Very concerned for her. Yes. Look, that is quite traumatic to have to go through that. And you know what? I work with a coach at the moment who has physically given the. He had a client who had cancer 5 years ago. And the first thing that my coach said to him was, now is not the time to feel bad. And you know what? That's so true, because what you want to do is try and stay as positive as possible. Do all the right things to help you work through that. He did a lot of work with my coach, and my coach actually ended up going to his wedding 3 months ago, and he was totally cured of his cancer. And through some processes that my coach does, he was able to cure him of his cancer. I know it's a horrific diagnosis. Don't get me wrong, I am not treating this lightly at all. it can make your world fall apart. It's really important to work through that with a strong positive energy and to do things that actually make you laugh a lot, do things that help you to um, really stay positive is a major part of the healing process. Um, so certainly, I really do hope that it's a positive outcome. And, visualization to provide that positive outcome. If your friend can do positive visualizations to help her work through that and see herself in 5 years' time, that would be perfect. So, doing as much positive stuff as possible to help her work through that. It's a really tough thing to go through. Okay. Beverly, hi, welcome. Will my finances change sooner rather than later? Okay. Well, before we ask that question, I'm guessing that you're thinking, will your finances increase rather than change? Because change is up or down. So specifically, is it for increase? You're very welcome, Joanna. Hope that helped. Vicky, thank you for the. Yeah, perfect. Look, it is what life. It's the polarity of life. Life is all about cause and effect. The cause, the cause of something and the effect that finally comes through as an outcome is through the action steps that you create in the middle. So, the cause, however that's being caused, it's through something, some other action that you've taken as well. And the effect is what you've ended up with. So then it requires more action steps to actually create a different cause, outcome, effect. So I hope that made sense. Definitely increase. Yes, I thought it would be. I just wanted to specifically ask. I haven't worked or met anybody who wants to lower their income. So, okay, let's have a look, Beverly. Will Beverly's finances increase in the future, near future, in the next 3 months? Will Beverly's income increase in the next 3 months? Will Beverly's income increase in the next 3 months? It's not giving us a very positive sign. It's a very slow no. So, Beverly, the question I would ask you is, what things have you put in place to increase your income? What are you doing around, your money blocks? Is there something that specifically has occurred? What's your belief system around money blocks? What were your influences growing up around money blocks or around money and finances? Is there a deep core block there around financial success that is creating this not to work in the next 3 months for you? So, in the near future, sooner is definitely in the next 3 months. Maybe if you have another choice of words. Yeah, choice of words matter for sure, Beverly. That's what I'm trying to do with her. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, and diet change. Sometimes, there are some really good natural remedies that you can use for cancer. I do know somebody who did very much. I believe she became a vegan when she had breast cancer, and she actually started on a very nutritious, very vegan diet. And she is the strongest person that I know at the moment that has survived breast cancer and doing super well. She's back to surfing, she's back to traveling, she's back to really living a life of abundance. And that can really happen when you are in the right mind frame mindset. So, if there's anything I can do, maybe put you in touch with her to ask for any assistance. I'd be happy to do that. Single parent of 4. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Well, that's definitely a challenge, and it definitely does create some things to work through. And children are, there's always expenses going on with children. So, maybe there's something there. Look at some passive income that can help turn that around for you is definitely a good one. Are you working? Will I ever meet Mr. Right? So look at what's available to you as far as the passive income side. Definitely will help to give you a stream of income without having to work so much hours wise in a normal job. She needs to alkaline her body. Yeah. That's absolutely correct. That is very much a part of it. And there's some things around that. So yeah. Tassie, well, okay, let's have a look at this one for you. Will Tassie meet Mr. Right in the next 3 months? Will Tassie meet Mr. Right in the next 3 months? Will Tassie meet Mr. Right in the next 3 months? It's a very slow no, Tassie. So let's ask a bit further out. Will Tassie meet Mr. Right in the next 6 months? Still a no. Will Tassie meet Mr. Right in the next 9 months? Will Tassie meet Mr. Right in the next 9 months? Will Tassie meet Mr. Right in the next 12 months? Will Tassie meet Mr. Right in the next 12 months? There's a little bit of confusion with the 12-month one. That might be something you want to look at within yourself and do the list, journal who you're looking for, make sure you connect with that, be the person that you want to attract. And, that takes time and it takes some work. So maybe that's why it's 12 months or later. So MSM and MSM and DSMO protocol researcher. Oh, is this for Tassie's friend? Yeah. Yes. So, okay. Lauren, welcome. Will I be moving by October this year? Hello and thank you. You're welcome. Where are you moving to, Lauren? If you could give me a specific. And JJ, good question. Has she already met him? Maybe he's already there in her circle. She's just not picked up because she's not yet the person that she's trying to attract romantically. Hi, Perla. How are you? Thank you for joining us today. Welcome, welcome. I think he's got lost at the crossroad. Tassie, look, sometimes it is about being able to direct the right energy. And if you're not ready, your energy is not going to project that. So, it's really important, as I said, to become that person that you want to attract. If you're not becoming that person, then you're not actually going to attract that person. So you might be attracting other people into your life at the moment that you don't even realize that are not your person. And because of your energy, they're looking at having more, but you're not interested. And it may not be a verbalization at this stage. So really be that person that you want to become and that you want to attract. Okay. Lauren, did you come back? Either Oregon or California. Okay. Welcome from America. Welcome, welcome. What a nice long home long story. Okay. So, Oregon or California? Let's ask the first question first, Lauren. Will Lauren move in Oregon to a new home? Oh, this is a very big yes. Okay, let's ask California. Will Lauren move to California? Will Lauren move to California? And see, this is coming up with a no, Lauren. So this crystal knows what is going on, and it's really, really important that you know, even though we had a strong yes for Oregon, it just shows you that I don't control this. And, you know, to know that it is a definite no for one and a definite yes for the other, it just shows. So for those who are not looking at or have some confliction about the answers that they're getting, I am not controlling this. This moves in its own way when I ask a question. So, Michelle, will my house rent or sell in the next month? Okay, let's ask first of all, rent. Will Michelle's house rent in the next month? That is a definite no. Now let's ask about the sale. Will Michelle sell her house in the next month? Will Michelle sell her house in the next month? And look, that's a yes, Michelle. So even if it goes under contract in the next month, even if it's, you know, in 30 days, just know that you are definitely going to have that contract. And once you know you've got that contract and it goes unconditional, it might be a little bit different where you are. I can't recall where you said you were, Michelle. It's definitely worth holding out for that because you are going to sell your house. So you're very welcome, Tazzy. Beverly, will I move in 1 year or in 2 years or 3? Yes, all right, let's start with the first one. Okay, will Beverly move in 1 year? Will Beverly move in 1 year? Oh, we've got a yes on that, Beverly. Do you want to know, still know if you're going to move in 2 years? Will Beverly move in 2 years? Will Beverly move in 2 years? Will Beverly move in 2 years? Sort of got a no going on there. We'll last 3 years just to see. Will Beverly move in 3 years? Will Beverly move in 3 years? And that's a definite no. So it looks like you're going to move in the next year or up to the next 1 year point. I do understand this and I want and what I felt in my heart. Yeah, perfect. Tylee, hi, welcome. I'm due with Bub on the 20th of July. Can you see if she's coming earlier? Well, let's find out. What's the date today? The 12th. Will Tylee give birth on the 13th of July? That's a no. Will Tylee give birth on the 14th of July? No. Will Tylee give birth on the 15th of July? That's a no. Will Tylee give birth to her baby on the 16th of July? Will Tylee give birth to her baby on the 17th of July? Nope. Will Tylee give birth on the 18th of July? No. Whoa. Will Tylee give birth on the 19th of July? No. This is it, the 20th. Will Tylee give birth to her baby on the 20th of July? Oh, that's a yes. Looks like you're bang on the due date, Tylee. I'm sorry, I wish I had better news. I know what it's like to be in that last week of your pregnancy. Wow. And I wish you every success with that baby. May she bring you so much joy and happiness. Okay, well, we are right at the top of the hour, so we are going to have to move on. Love having all you people here. Julie, welcome. We're right at the end of our hour. Yeah, JJ, congrats, absolutely. So look, please join me next Friday at 12 o'clock and you can come on and we can certainly ask more questions. I'd be happy to answer those for you. I really love doing the questions all day or throughout the hour. I really enjoy that. And I'd love to be able to give you guys a whole lot more. So please come along at 12 o'clock. And if you really want to get in touch with me about anything or you want to do some work with me, please contact me at Unique Vibrations page, which I am just going to put a link in for you here. If I can bring this up. Here, I'm just going to pop this link in. Sorry about all the clicking. Please contact me. But if you would, vibrations page, whoops, which if you would like more information, or you want to just have a chat, you know, it doesn't have to be work where you want to, you know, you might just want some information. So come on and send me a message and I'm more than happy to really work through that with you. And I would love to have your input into how you think these shows are going. And if there's something specific that you want to work with or an area that you want to try and you know, I'm more than happy to do that for you. So, you know, let's change it up. Let's have some fun. Let's do what it is that you guys want. And I'll see you all next week. Mwah. Thank you for joining me.